Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
For known, I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today. Please tell me your thoughts on this third anniversary.
We are still in the midst of the same fight that began on January 6th.
Those are classics. Welcome to Gaslit, Patriots. I'm your man, Mixel Phoenix. We got a great show coming up, y'all. Today, we'll be discussing the tragic and horrific unlifings in Brentwood, California, of famed movie director Rob Reiner and his beautiful wife, Michelle. Turns out these brutal unlifings came at the hands of their own flesh and blood. Their youngest son, Nick. We'll also be diving into the fallout of a Truth Social post President Trump made regarding the unlifings. As the world learned and mourned over this terrible tragedy, the left is not responding well to what the president had to say. We'll also be putting a magnifying glass on embattled D.C. Police Chief Pamela A. Smith. What a piece of work. We'll be looking to her corruption probe and her upcoming departure as D.C.'s top cop on December 31st. Happy New Year, baby. Smith's being accused of manipulating crime data and cooking the books by the House Oversight Committee led by Congressman James Comer. So buckle your seatbelts, folks, and let's get ready for an old-time country ride. Yee-hoo! Let's go.
Nick REINER, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
Police in Los Angeles with that update moments ago, confirming Rob Reiner's 32-year-old son, Nick, is now in police custody after the legendary director and his wife were found dead yesterday in their Los Angeles home. Police say Nick REINER has been booked on murder charges and is being held on a $4 million bail.
Please.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it.
What was your immediate gut reaction to it?
Well, horror, absolute horror. And I unfortunately saw the video of it, and it's beyond belief what happened to him, and that should never happen to anybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. That's not acceptable. That's not a solution to solving problems. And I felt like what his wife said at the service, at the memorial they had, was exactly right. And totally, I believe, I'm Jewish, but I believe in the teachings of Jesus, and I believe in doing to others, and I believe in forgiveness. And what she said to me was beautiful and absolutely, when she forgave his assassin.
Wow, man, that's crazy. As the majority of us know, there was no love lost between Rob Reiner and President Trump. Even in death, Trump still ain't letting up. Mr. Reiner was truly one of Trump's harshest critics in Hollywood. He was right up there with other celebrities, the likes of Robert De Niro of Goodfellas fame, Michael Moore, the crazy nut out of Michigan, Rosie O'Donnell, one of my personal favorites, Jane Fonda, Ellen DeGeneres, and everybody on The View. If you haven't heard the True Social post yet, here it is. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle. Reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Damn. I expect some blowback on this one, y'all. I'd be shocked if they just let this one go. I seriously doubt the left is not going to seize the opportunity to pounce on what the president posted on Truth Social. And the way he responded from the Oval Office when questioned by the media for what he said. For the most part, I don't think the MAGA crowd agrees with the way the president handled the situation. But they probably understand why he did what he did. Because of the way Rob Reiner constantly went after him with vitriol and disgust year after year. But this man and his wife were eliminated in a heinous and disgusting way. I see this as a missed opportunity for the president. That's my opinion. Especially with moderates and independents. We all know for a fact that moderates and independents determine the outcome of elections. And the midterms are just around the corner. And these guys have memories like elephants. There's too many crazy things going on in our country to be dealing with unprovoked distractions like this one. You gotta understand, people admired this man regardless of his politics, they admired his creativity as an actor and as a movie director. I think Trump should have said something more civil. But knowing President Trump, he might see that as being fake and dishonest. Who knows? Maybe he's thinking something like people on the left aren't at all busted up and showing empathy after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Or maybe he's thinking something like all the times they were wishing he was thrown in prison for the rest of his life on some trumped up charges. And of course, the 2 failed assassination attempts. Or maybe he's thinking about the other 100 hoaxes to try to destroy him, his family, and our beautiful country. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Who knows exactly what the hell was going on in that brilliant, beautiful head of his. I'm pretty sure the First Lady's underwear drawer being raided on an illegal search warrant by the FBI down in Mar-a-Lago has something to do with it too. Were all those panties in drawers ever accounted for? I doubt it, sick bastards. Either way, the left is not going to let up on this one. We'll continue to follow this story because I'm pretty sure there's more to come. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons so we can continue to bring great content as we build our community. Also, hit the notification bell so you can receive updates on current events as soon as we post new videos. Thank you for your support and stay gaslit. Now let's discuss what's going on with Police Chief Pamela A. Smith out of Washington, D.C. Shelley, roll cut 17 and 24. Let's take a look.
From the House Oversight Committee alleges former D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith pressured officers to manipulate crime data. House Republicans releasing the report this weekend, less than a week after Smith announced she was stepping down. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. And Jeff, this report comes months after lawmakers opened an investigation into Smith following whistleblower allegations. Break down the findings of this report.
So in the over 20-page report released by the House Oversight Committee, lawmakers wrote that Smith pressured officers to manipulate crime data, punished them for reporting accurate crime numbers, and fostered a toxic culture. Back in August, House Oversight Chairman James Comer sending this letter to D.C. Police Chief Pamela Smith, informing her that the committee, quote, is investigating disturbing allegations that D.C. crime data is inaccurate and intentionally manipulated. On Sunday, the committee releasing its initial report alleging that Smith deliberately manipulated crime data to create a safer appearance in D.C. Included in the report, transcribed interviews with the commanders of all 7 D.C. patrol districts and the former commander currently on suspended leave. One being asked, quote, over the last few years, has there been any internal pressure to simply bring down crime statistics? Their answer, yes, I mean extreme. There's always been pressure to keep crime down, but the focus on stats has come with this current administration. Among the report's key findings, Smith's pressure campaign against staff led to inaccurate crime data. Smith punished or removed officers for reporting accurate crime numbers. She fostered a toxic culture, and President Trump's federal law enforcement surge in D.C. is working. One commander saying, quote, "Yeah, I would be lying if I said it didn't. It did. It really helped." Now, while Smith has not yet publicly responded to the report, she's previously denied allegations of manipulating crime data, saying the investigation did not play a factor in her decision to step down at the end of the year.
My decision was not factored into anything with respect other than the fact that it's time. I've had 28 years in law enforcement.
Meanwhile, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser also releasing a statement Monday, calling the report biased and, quote, "It's my expectation that the crime stats we publish and rely on are accurate and of the highest quality possible."
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services, and our home rule charter outlines the process. The president designated Attorney General Bondi as his proxy to request services through me.
I remember when all this broke out. It was right before the D.C. crackdown back in August. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser was complaining about the president wanting to send the National Guard in to help eliminate crime in the nation's capital. She was complaining about it. Bowser and her cohorts and henchmen were trying to gain support from the public with those stupid no kings marches and mostly peaceful protests. They teamed up with the dishonest news media, like they always do, and worked together to gaslight people into thinking, oh no, Hitler's at it again. We don't need no help here in Chocolate City. Crime is fine. This is racism, fascism, socialism. Oops, that's a MAGA word, but you get the point. Let's continue. Here the chef. Smith is leaving office, but she's not going out without a bang. Watch this.
Never would I compromise my integrity. Never would I compromise 28 years in law enforcement for a few folk who couldn't stand to be held accountable. And if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again.
A report released today by the Republican-led House Oversight Committee claims D.C.'s police chief manipulated crime statistics. It comes just days after Chief Pamela Smith announced her resignation.
And if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again. So I'm going to the Bible when I say this to my haters. F you. The same folks who said in that report that they changed their numbers, and I did not. The report is very clear. I did not direct anyone. You should investigate those folks.
So tell me what you think about the tragedies in Hollywood involving the REINER family. Also, what's your opinion concerning Police Chief Pam Smith stepping down as a top cop? What's your opinion on what the president said on his Truth Social post and him doubling down when questioned by the media? Do you think that Police Chief Smith would have stepped down after 2.5 years and 28 years of service to spend more time with her family, or do you think she stepped down because she got exposed as being a dirty cop? Very interesting what happened there. So, let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was 28 years. That's what she said. But she wasn't always a cop. She was only with the department for 2.5, 3 years. All right? So right down there in the comments section, and feel free to chat with each other about these topics, because everybody's opinion matters. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. And remember, Patriots, always stay gaslit.